NFL season, and week 2 for me was a lot better than week 1, as I went 10-6 last week, 17-15 overall in the season. Let's get ready for some football. Thursday night football, and it's a good one, another good one. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers at 1-1 at the Cleveland Browns, who are also 1-1. This game is tonight at 8:15 on Prime Video. Right now, the Browns are a half-point favorite, 0.5. That's a half-point favorite. I don't know about the Browns this year. I really don't. And I don't know about the Steelers either. There's a lot of unpredictability in the AFC North division. I am going to take the Steelers, although I do think it will be close. I think it'll be within 5 to 7 points, although Cleveland could surprise me. Mitch Trubisky, who's a Cleveland native, is going to start for the Steelers tonight, and the Pittsburgh media has a short leash on him, apparently. Kenny Pickett was drafted in the NFL draft earlier this year by Pittsburgh, and I wonder if the Steelers are going to play him yet if Trubisky struggles. They did not have a good game against the Patriots this past Sunday. As for the Browns, they're stuck with Jacoby Brissett. It wasn't his fault that they choked the game away. It was the defense. And Jacoby Brissett, of course, is their quarterback until Deshaun Watson gets back from his suspension from the NFL. But tonight, 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video, an AFC Norris showdown. What do they call it? The black and blue division, because it is a black and blue division. These guys they beat the daylights out of each other, the living daylights, if you want to go James Bond. I do. I love that movie. The movie's 35 years old now, by the way. 35 years old. The Living Daylights is 35 years old now. Wow. Anyway, I'll take the Steelers in this one. Now we go to the Sunday games. The winless Houston Texans at 0-1-1 are at the 1-1 Chicago Bears, 1 p.m. on CBS. The Bears got embarrassed on national television by the Green Bay Packers, as they usually do. I'm going to take the Bears in this one, who are a 3.5-point favorite. I'm going to take them by a touchdown. They're evenly matched, and not in a good way. It wouldn't surprise me if the Texans win this, although I think it is going to be the Bears that are going to win this. We move on to another game at 1 p.m. on Fox. 2 winless teams at 1 p.m. The Las Vegas Raiders at 0-2 at the Tennessee Titans, who are 0-2. Tennessee got humiliated, spanked by the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. The Las Vegas Raiders lost on a scoop and score in overtime to the Arizona Cardinals. You don't think they're frustrated? That was the home opener, and they laid an egg. Right now, the Titans are a 1.5-point favorite. And I'm going to take the Raiders in this one by at least 10 to 14 points. I think Devontae Adams is going to have a big game, which means Derek Carr will have a big game. And Hunter Renfrow wouldn't surprise me if he has a big game too. I'm going to take the Raiders in this one. We move on to Indianapolis, who are winless. They are 0-1-1, hosting the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 2-0. Pat Mahomes is breaking all kinds of records within 2 weeks. He's going to have a lot of fun, I think, at Indy. 2.5-point favorites are Kansas City. Go by at least 7. 2 touchdowns, 14 points. I think so. This is a 1 p.m. kickoff on CBS, by the way. I will take Kansas City over the Colts. Next this is a good one too. 2 unbeatens in the AFC Eastern Division. The Buffalo Bills at 2-0 at the 2-0 Miami Dolphins. 1 p.m. kickoff on CBS. And right now, the Bills are a 3.5-point favorite. They're a juggernaut. They really are. I'm going to take the Bills, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be within 7 to 10 points. 7 to 10 points, because no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Could be a good game. Now, I don't have Buffalo going undefeated. I have them, going and winning the Super Bowl. I think they'll have 1 or 2 losses. This could be one of those games where they get tripped up. We'll see. 1 p.m. on Fox, we have an NFC Norris division matchup between the 1-1 Detroit Lions at the 1-1 Minnesota Vikings. Right now, the Vikings are 5.5-point favorites. And I think this one will be a close game, and I'll take Minnesota as well. Take the points, 5.5. I think they'll win by at least 5.5, maybe 6 points. The Lions aren't as bad as they used to be. And the Vikings aren't as good as the prognosticators want them to be. I don't know what it is about Kirk Cousins in primetime, that Monday Night Football game against Philadelphia on Monday laid an absolute egg. Next, we have the 1-1 Baltimore Ravens, who had it in the bag against the Dolphins until Tua had other ideas. Taking on the 1-1 New England Patriots, as Mac Jones in the running game got it done for the Pats in Pittsburgh. This is the home opener for New England, and right now they are a half-point favorite. I'm going to take the Patriots in this one by, I'm going to say 6 points. I think it'll be a close one. The Ravens, though, they allow a lot of big plays. Their defense didn't used to do that. It does now, and it's showing. I'm going to take the Pats in this one by 6 points. That's 1 p.m. on Fox, by the way, not CBS. It's 1 p.m. on Fox. Next, we have the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champion Cincinnati Bengals, who can't seem to win by a field goal. They lose by a field goal. They're 0-2 at the 1-1 New York Jets, who got their first win at Cleveland this past weekend. Right now, the Bengals are 5.5-point favorites. That is 1 p.m. on CBS. And I'm going to take the Bengals to finally get over the hump here. I know it's in the Meadowlands at MetLife Stadium, but I think Cincinnati's going to finally, they got to wake up. They've lost 3 games by a total of 3 points. The Super Bowl, they lost to the Rams by 3. Opening day against Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, they lost by a field goal. And this past week at the Dallas Cowboys, a game they had in hand in the end until they didn't, lost by a field goal. I'm going to take the Bengals by at least 10 points in this one over the Jets. An NFC East matchup pits the Philadelphia Eagles at 2-0 at the Washington Commanders at 1-1, and that game is on Fox at 1 p.m. Currently, it is Washington with a half-point favorite. And I think this one will be close too. Philadelphia looks like they could be the class of the NFC, even though it is wide open. I think the NFC really is, if you think about it. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles by a touchdown because it's on the road. I don't know if Washington's that good or bad. I don't know. We're going to find out quick, though. I'm going to take Philadelphia in this one, facing old friend Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders and Landover, Maryland. It's not in our nation's capital. It's in Landover, Maryland. That's not our nation's capital. That's the DMV. Was that Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, the DMV? Okay, we have another divisional matchup. It's in the NFC South. The 1-1 New Orleans Saints at the 0-2 Carolina Panthers. And right now, the Saints are 2.5-point favorites. You want to talk about a snake-bitten franchise right now? The Carolina Panthers are a snake-bitten franchise. Barely lost to the Browns, barely lost to the Giants. I think they're going to barely lose to the Saints in this one. I'm going to take the Saints by 4 to 5 points. Next, the first place Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, I'm not making this up. 1-1. The first place Jacksonville Jaguars in their division in the AFC South are at the 1-1 Los Angeles Chargers, and that's 4:05 p.m. on CBS. It's a 10.5-point favorite for LA, and Justin Herbert got hurt last week. Herbert is hurt his ribs. 2 big hits on him when the Kansas City Chiefs were able to defeat LA on Thursday Night Football. I think they're going to have a lot of fun, though, against this Jacksonville team. Now, Jacksonville's going to win more games than they did last year. I just don't think this is one of them. I would go 14 to 17 points that LA is going to win this one. Next, we have the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams, who are at 1-1, taking on a divisional rival in the Arizona Cardinals, who are also 1-1 at 4:25 p.m. on Fox. And right now, LA is favored by 2.5 points. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I think they showed me something against that scoop and score game in overtime against the Raiders. Remember, the Super Bowl is in Arizona this year, and maybe they want to be one of those teams that are playing in the Super Bowl like the Rams were last season at Inglewood and Tampa Bay the year before that. I'm going to take the Cardinals because the Rams almost lost to the Atlanta Falcons. But I'll take the Cards by, I'll take them by a touchdown. I think Kyler Murray will have a game-winning throw to Zach Ertz. Well, okay, next game is the 0-2 Atlanta Falcons at the 0-2 Seattle, 1-1, excuse me. 1-1 Seattle Seahawks. Why do I have it as 0-2? They didn't lose to the Broncos. They beat the Broncos on Monday Night Football. Right now, Seattle is favored by 4.5 points. This game at 4:25 p.m. on Fox. I will take the Seabags by at least 10 points over the dreadful Atlanta Falcons. Next, it's Rodgers versus Brady. It is the Green Bay Packers at 1-1 at the 2-0 Tampa Bay Bucks. 4:25 p.m. on Fox. Right now, Tampa Bay is favored by 3.5 points. I think the Packers are going to upset the Tampa Bay Bucks, and I think it's going to be by 7 to 10 points. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a big game, and this is Brady versus Rodgers for perhaps the final time, and I think Rodgers will finally get to Brady this time around. It's going to be a 4:25 p.m. kickoff on Fox. As I had mentioned, that's Tampa Bay's home opener, and I think Tampa Bay gets their first loss of the season. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to have an upset brewing here. 2 more games to go. This is the Sunday night game, and I think they probably should have moved the Green Bay at Tampa Bay game to Sunday night, have Aaron Rodgers 2 weeks in a row on NBC, right? The San Francisco 49ers at 1-1 at the 1-1 Denver Broncos in a Super Bowl 24 rematch. You know, this is the one where Joe Montana broke all kinds of records to Jerry Rice in the Super Bowl in New Orleans back in 1990. 55-10, I believe, was the final. That was Montana versus Elway. It didn't work out. It didn't go Elway's way, but that was a long time ago. That was 1990. The game itself was played in 1990. The season was the 1989 season. Anyway, it's in Denver, and right now the Broncos are favored by 2.5 points. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be in for Trey Lance the rest of the season because Trey Lance pretty much shattered his ankle. I'm going to take the 49ers in this one, and I'm going to take them to win by about 5 to 7 points in this one. I don't know if Denver's got it figured out yet. Russ Wilson is preaching patience, as a good quarterback would do. He's not progressed along. I don't know what's going on here. I thought the offense, they would gel immediately. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But I'm going to take San Francisco to win this game over the Denver Broncos. That's at 8:20 p.m. on NBC, by the way, for Sunday Night Football. Lastly, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Football Giants. And if I was the commissioner of the NFL, this game would not be a divisional game. How on earth is Dallas on the East Coast? They should be playing in the South. I know the Eagles, I know the Commanders, and I know the Giants. They're all big rivals. Well, have one of them face the Cowboys once a year instead of twice. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it's 8:15 p.m. on ESPN. The Giants and the Cowboys, right now, Cowboys are favored by 3.5 points. I'm going to take the Giants, who are 2-0, by the way. I think Big Blue, I don't think they're going to be that good, but I think they're going to beat the Cowboys in this one. It's in the Meadowlands at MetLife Stadium. Dallas, they got lucky for that 1-1 to get to 1-1. I think that the Giants are actually going to come away with this one by a touchdown. By a touchdown. I got the Giants over the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Okay, there's my Week 3 recap. Pittsburgh tonight over the Browns. Then the Sunday games, the Bears over the Texans, the Raiders over the Titans, the Buffalo Bills over the Miami Dolphins, Kansas City over Indianapolis, Minnesota over Detroit, the Patriots over Baltimore, Cincinnati over the Jets, Philadelphia over Washington, New Orleans over Carolina, the LA Chargers over the Jacksonville Jaguars, Arizona over the Rams, Seattle over Atlanta, Green Bay over Tampa Bay in the Battle of the Bays. Sunday night, the Niners over the Broncos, and then Monday night, I've got the Giants over the Dallas Cowboys at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Okay, that's Week 3 in the NFL. I'm 17-15 overall because I told you, remember, ties count as losses unless I pick a tie. I don't mean the tie you wear like a necktie to make you look good at a function, okay? That's all for J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks for 2023's NFL Week 3. I'll be back at it next Thursday, hopefully at 3 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. or a little after 5 p.m. I should be. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. As long as you follow me on social media like Twitter at @TheRealJDawg. That's JAYDAWG. And I also will probably let you know when I do a recap on Tuesday for football picks for week number 3. I did J-Dawg's Short Shorts today, Bob Lemon Day, honoring the late, great number 21 for Cleveland. It's his birthday today. He was born in 1920 in San Bernardino, California. So catch that. Back at it tomorrow with J-Dawg's Short Shorts. And next time I do this will be next Thursday. I would have to say it will probably be at 3 p.m. I'm hoping. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. 4 p.m., right? 4 p.m. 4, not 3. 4, not 5. Back at it again for this next Thursday. Don't forget the recap on Tuesday. I'll have that just to see how I did for NFL Week 3. Enjoy the rest of the weekend for the NFL. Browns and Steelers tonight in Cleveland. And I will talk to you next Thursday on J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks for Week 4. Enjoy week number 3. Are you ready for some football? You know I am. See ya.